You ready? You ready for this? You ready for how I'm prepared to save myself from getting banned? Bam! So now, whenever I'm like, oh, this looks like maybe something will be coming up, bam! So I'm ready for this game. For whatever it might throw at me. Just in cases. But anyway. Let's go ahead. Oh, maybe I wasn't ready. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. No, okay, we're good. Cool. Righto. Let's go ahead. Is this still working? Yes, it is. Perfect. Let's go ahead and start Romance Wednesday. Following Miss Ingrid's sudden departure the previous week, Lady Constance was once more left without a governess. While Lady Lenore posted an advertisement for a new governess in all the Shropshire newspapers, Lady Constance whiled away her time in the drawing room, playing the piano or flipping through her well-worn volumes of Sappho. Lady Constance, despite being a member of the upper echelons of society, had few interests in life beyond the piano and Sappho. Lorena knew Lady Constance was fond of the instrument, but she hadn't realized how proficient she was with it until one Tuesday morning. Oops. Said I closed the game. Shh, don't worry about it. Lorena had been busy dusting the ornaments that lined one of the many luxuriant hallways in Blythe when she heard the soft, plaintive strains of a piano melody drifting through the hall. The melody was emitting from the drawing room where Lady Constance took her lessons. The door was slightly ajar, allowing Lorena to see a small slither of the room beyond. Aww! She actually looks adorable. Instead of like a high-class brat. There, tucked away in a corner, was the piano. Sitting on the stool by said piano, looking far softer and sweeter than usual, was Lady Constance. Is my mic? Yes, it is. Okay, for 2 seconds I was scared my mic was not working. We're good. Compared to the piano, an imposing instrument made of rosewood, its ivory keys shining beneath the spring sunshine, Lady Constance seemed very small and slight indeed. That piano was large enough to crush the young lady, should it fall forwards, but she commanded it with apparent ease. I don't think pianos really make a habit of falling forward. Just saying. But anyway. Her eyes were half-lidded, her blonde hair falling over her shoulders. The sunlight caught in her long, luxuriant tresses, so it shone like a halo. At that moment, she really did look angelic. Lorena paused. She stood by the entrance of the drawing room, struck dumb. Interesting. Instead of dumb, struck dumb. Huh, makes sense, though. She couldn't have moved even if she wanted to. Lady Constance had her under her spell. Unaware of Lorena's presence, the young girl continued to play. Her fingers danced across the white and black keys, confident and self-sure despite being so very small. Lorena hadn't realized Lady Constance, who was so often scoffed and sneered at. What happened to my reading? I literally just started. I'm already struggling. Who so often scoffed and sneered at others, was capable of producing such beautiful music. Lorena didn't know what the song was, or who had composed it, but that didn't stop her from finding its haunting strains beautiful. Doubtless, it had been penned by one of the long-dead great men Lady Constance showed such disdain for, but even so, she played it with true conviction. For a few moments, time seemed to stand still. Even the particles of dust in the air froze. And yet, like all good things, it came to an end. Just at that perfect timing, too. The last note died in the air. It was wistful and melancholy, leaving behind only bittersweet memories of what had once been. Lady Constance paused for a few moments, her fingers suspended over the keys. Before she turned her head, her eyes narrowed. I know you're there, maid. Ah! Lorena jumped. How had Lady Constance known? She had been so very absorbed in her music, it seemed she had left the whole world behind her. But Lady Constance's 5 senses were sharper than Lorena gave her credit for. Maybe it was because of her age. You know, it's rude to eavesdrop on a lady when she's in the middle of rehearsal. So that had been a mere rehearsal, had it? What manner of music, then, could Lady Constance coerce from those ivory keys when she was playing a piece seriously? Aren't rehearsals taken kind of seriously? Or maybe that's just me. Lorena couldn't imagine it. Well, don't just stand there dithering. I don't want to have a conversation across a door frame. Yes, of course. Lorena obediently opened the drawing room door and stepped inside. The minute Lorena entered the room, Lady Constance rounded on her. She looked more sullen and sulky than ever before. Why were you listening to me, maid? Oh, I'm not entirely sure. Good grief. Lady Constance rolled her eyes. You're even stupider than I thought. It's difficult to explain. I've never heard you play the piano before, so I was curious. I didn't know you were so talented. I never asked for your empty praise. But I meant every single word. I don't care if you meant every single syllable. What is the praise of a maid worth? I bet you don't even know what that song was. So she had summoned Lorena to the parlor to insult her, was it? Lorena supposed that was her lot in life, being a mere maid. But after hearing Lady Constance produce such pure music from the piano, she had thought... What had she thought? Now she was face to face with the girl. Lorena wasn't quite sure. If I've displeased you, miss, I apologize. It was rude of me to eavesdrop. Lorena gave Lady Constance a small curtsy. If that's all, I'll make myself scarce. Wait. Pardon? I never said you could go. Lorena froze, her fingers inches away from the door handle. She strained her back, steeled her resolve, and glanced back at the young lady. What did she want now? It was however you say that. I beg your pardon? The song I was playing. Liz's love dream. Miss Adrian taught me it. One of your previous governesses? Lorena had never met Miss Adrian Spence before, but she'd heard the stories. According to Lieselot, Miss Adrian had been the only governess Lady Constance had been able to tolerate. Did you, like Miss Adrian? Like her? What a foolish question. I loved her. Lorena stared. She couldn't help herself. She hadn't known Lady Constance could feel love. Lorena had assumed the young girl's heart was too withered for such intense emotions. But she'd been wrong. If Lady Constance couldn't feel love, the music she coaxed from the piano wouldn't have sounded so sweet, nor so sad. How long was Miss Adrian your governess? Only 7 months. Almost as long as Miss Amy, then. But Lady Constance hadn't liked Miss Amy at all. If you liked her so much, why did she leave? Mother sent her away. But she's been struggling to find you a governess you can get along with for more than a week. Why would she get rid of a governess you actually liked? I think that was the problem. I liked Miss Adrian too much. Is it possible to like your governess too much? Mother thought it was. She never said so, but I think she was jealous. Of your governess? I spent more time with Miss Adrian than I did with Mother. We were always playing the piano together. Mother can't play a single note, and I believe she felt left out. Oh, thank you, Mr. Redbeard. Appreciated. She thought Miss Adrian was going to take her only daughter away from her, so she fired her. That's stupid.
And now, we invite you to relax. Just pull up a chair.
You'll be at the shop today, so I'll be up the whole time, but I'll... Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. You do the work you need to do. I totally understand. Easy. Thank you for the host. Really appreciate it. Yeah, me with the voices. Absolutely. Hope you have an amazing day today. Love the alert. I know, I love that alert too. It's my favorite. I'm a Disney nerd. I'm basically a kid nerd, kid movie nerd in general, but definitely Disney. I'm having a pretty okay day. A little rough this morning, but I'm getting there. And how did you feel? How do you think I felt? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. It's fine. A stupid maid like you probably can't understand. Lady Constance frowned. She turned to the piano, idly tracing her fingers against the keys, but applied no pressure. Since Mother fired Miss Adrian, I've been through no less than 7 governesses. 7 governesses in 2 years? 20 months, to be more precise. Marina wasn't sure whether she should be impressed or not. But surely not all your governesses have been bad. I thought Miss Amy was rather sweet. But she wasn't Miss Adrian. She just wants Miss Adrian back. Ugh! Lady Constance scowled. She drew her fingers away from the keys and held them close against her chest. Amy tried to be Miss Adrian. She tried to be kind to me, to flatter me, to get on my good side. But it didn't work. I never wanted to be her friend, though she may have wanted to be mine. There would be no point anyway. Why not? Didn't you listen to me? Mother is awfully protective. If she fired Miss Adrian, she could easily fire anybody else. In the end, it's better not to get too attached. Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. It's game art, I don't know. Lady Constance looked down at her knees. She sighed softly. The sound was every bit as wistful as her piano melody. Lysis's love dream. Yeah, there's definitely something that's called that are boobs that are way too big. Hers are like... I think they go right over that borderline of being too big, but everyone has their own preferences. Shrug. Okay. Lorena blinked. Maybe she'd finally begun to understand Lady Constance just a little bit. Ugh. Can you get by? Okay. What's up? Okay. Sorry. No, you're good, Easy. I'm getting distracted by Jack Sketcher, so you're good. Maybe she finally began to understand Lady Constance just a little. Was this why the young girl was so very aggressive towards her governesses and so rude to her maids? That's no excuse to be an asshole. There's just no excuse to being an asshole. There's not. I don't care if you're moody as shit. That's no excuse. No excuse.
Is she moody because she finally had her first womanhood?
No, because she had a governess she actually liked, but her mom got jealous and fired her.
Ha.
Yeah. Was she simply afraid? No, she's an asshole. Lady Leonard might have given Lady Constance everything she could ever want. Dolls to play with, beautiful clothes to wear, and delicious food to eat. But she couldn't give Lady Constance the one thing she needed. Companionship. Ridiculous. Lady Constance snorted and shook her head. Why am I telling you this anyway? I must be coming down with a fever. It has been rather cold during the nights. Some of the maids have been coughing a good deal. Lady Constance wrinkled her nose. I hope you haven't given me something. I'm sure it'll be alright, miss. I doubt it's anything serious. If they build a friendship, I will be super shocked. Super shocked. Also, the 11th of May. It's a Wednesday! Hey! Womance Wednesday. But Lorena was wrong. Oh my gosh. Alright, ready for my super white girl Starbucks voice? Here we go. You thought Constance was bad? Hold on to your seats. Goodness, it's been so bitter lately. You wouldn't think it was nearly summer. I feel like I'm going to freeze. As if to accentuate her point, Isabel sneezed. It was a dry, hacking cough that sounded rather painful. These blankets just aren't thick enough. We're all going to catch hypothermia. My poor fingers are trembling so. I'll never be able to thread a needle again. Woe is me! Or play the violin. Isabel frowned. I can't play the violin. Effie shrugged soundlessly. My mistake. Effie, you're so weird! I love you! Effie was the only one in the services quarters wholly unconcerned about these long, cold nights. She seemed much the same as ever, which was to say, she surveyed her surroundings with dispassionate eyes and contributed little to conversations. Even Lieselot, who'd been born amongst the frost and ice of the Swiss Alps, was suffering from the cold. Effie seems legit. Alright, my favorite character. I know, right? Oh, I wonder how this happened. Lieselot, who was a small lump beneath her blanket, sneezed pitifully. The winters in Andermatt are far, far chillier than this. You must have been in England too long. Oh no, I hope not. I have never once had a cold in my life. And this? Lieselot's words were punctuated, yet again, with a sneeze. It's simply terrible. How can I return to Andermatt now? Maybe you can't. I cannot? Lieselot, this is the whitest voice I've heard. I never know how to like stick with voices. I like try my best and then somehow they get weird accents along the way, so yeah. Also, she's kind of she like always described with the princess and stuff, so I'm thinking like Disney Snow White princess, and I'm trying my best, but it's oops. Now, with your health being so brittle, you would faint clean away with the first snowflake lands on the tip of your nose. But... Lieselot's big, blue eyes began to tremble. They filled with unshed tears. Her lower lip wobbled. If I never return to Andermatt, I cannot see my mama or papa or Uncle Alphonse and Uncle Rudolph and Uncle Titus and Uncle... It was at this point Lorena stopped listening. Lieselot had too many aunts and uncles. I still hate that nightgown so much. Also, welcome to the 12th of May. It's Thursday. Who would have thunk? Excuse me. Hey, Tawa! We must be understaffed if I have been instructed to aid in such a menial task. Is she a Greek god or a warlord? Not that I know of, but I don't know. Tawa walked along the hallway with quick steps, her dark hair fluttering behind her. Give me 2 seconds. I need to minimize this. No! I said minimize. Son of a biscuit. Sorry, normally this game, like, volume I'm fine with. But just for some reason today, I feel like it's extra. Marina tried to keep pace, but her legs were shorter than Tawa was, and it took more effort than it should have. Tawa's eyes were narrowed just slightly, and her footsteps fell with more purpose than usual. They struck a hard series of tackado tuck tuck tucks against the wooden floor. The sudden shift in her rota really must have peeved her. Oh, she does look pissed. Do you mind that much? Tawa glanced over at Lorena and blinked, as though only just aware of her presence. Oh, my little Lori, I'm sorry if I was being snappish. I just don't care for mundane tasks like these. It's fine. Nobody likes dusting apart from Ethel. She was rather fastidious about it. She cleaned our house every other day without prompting. Is legit just anime Celebrity Housewives but maids? I've never watched Celebrity Housewives, and I never plan to, so I can't attest to that analogy. Maybe the drama seems there, except there's no men because we hate men. A pause. Though my house is far smaller than Bly. I must say, this Ethel sounds like a paragon of womanly virtues. She would make a good wife someday. I'm sure she'll make her beau a happy husband indeed. Beau? Beau? Boo? I don't know. I give up. She's already set her sights on a future husband? She's mature for her age. Yeah. Just how old is this sister of yours? She's 16, but she acts so wise and mature you'd think she was older. Sometimes I feel like she's the one looking out for me. I'm sure you're a commendable older sister in your own right, Lori. Really? I can tell how deeply you care about others and how seriously you take your job. Unlike you. Yo, what's up? Godfather? VGA? Yeah, what's up? Indeed, I'm a scoundrel. The worst of the worst. An incorrigible knave. Tawa licked her lower lip with her pointed, cat-like tongue to emphasize the point, then started laughing. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Lorena wanted to sigh at Tawa's antics, but she couldn't bring herself to. Sweeping the hallways of Bly alongside Tawa was far, far preferable to doing so with Pauline. Fuck Pauline. Really, though? Tawa shook her head, her earlier good humor melting away. I need to find some way to keep myself entertained. Sweeping these hallways is deeply unappealing. I know, but you are a maid. Sweeping comes with the territory. Maid or not, I wasn't made for such a... Maid or not maid. Wasn't made for such hard labor. Lorena couldn't help but recall Emily's words. She paused, frowning. You prefer being paraded around in front of Lady Leonard's guests? It's a good deal less strenuous, that's for certain. But what did I do now, Easy? Now, let's not talk about such things. Tawa waved Lorena's query aside with a wave of her right arm. It really is such a shame this sickness is going around. If it was only Ada who had fallen ill, the other maids might have been able to manage. But Pauline and Isabel too? Fuck them both. Why are you asking me what did I do? You're the one who went, gosh darn it, at me. I don't know. Tawa tutted. I I feel like I'm being cheated. Pauline's a crafty one. She'd try to wrangle a day off if she got an eyelash stuck in her eye. So you say, but I've seen you holed away in the garden stroking Figaro when you should be working. Shh. Tawa pressed a finger against her lips. She winked. That's our little secret. Well, I wasn't gonna tell anyone. Good, or I would have to punish you. Tawa took hold of Lorena's ponytail and gave it a tug. Oh, you're just making fun of me? Lovely, thank you. As was her wont, Lorena pushed her away, but that didn't stop Tawa from smiling. Oh my gosh, easy. You and those clips. Oh, the maid joke? Yeah. A smile that soon abated upon seeing a small, diminutive figure approaching them from the other end of the hall. Uh-oh. Lady Constance came to a halt before the two maids, her hands pressed firmly on her hips. On her lips there was a thin, cruel smile. All of Lady Constance's smiles were cruel, save, perhaps, the small and secretive one she had unwillingly shared with Lorena whilst playing the piano. But that Lady Constance was long gone now. Oh my, fancy seeing you two here. What a stroke of good luck. Good luck? Tawa raised an eyebrow. Were you, perchance, looking for us? Why, yes, indeed I was. I'm very flattered. I can't imagine why an esteemed lady such as herself would worry so over a pair of maids. Normally I wouldn't. Today is a special occasion. Well, lucky us. Lucky you indeed. I do not like anything that's about to possibly happen. Lady Constance's smile widened. Tawa remained cool and calm, her eyes fixated upon the Lady Constance's countenance, but Lorena quailed. Subconsciously, she found herself seeking refuge behind Tawa's back. She wasn't sure what it was, but Lady Constance looked more sadistic today than usual. Was she crowing over her newfound freedom, now that she had no governess to rein her in? Or maybe she was embarrassed Lorena had seen her in such an unusually morose state a few days prior. Worried, perhaps, that Lorena's impression of her had started to soften, was Lady Constance trying to erase any trace of the wistful, lonely little girl who had been playing Lys's love dream? I'd like you to clean an old bedroom out for me. It hasn't been used in years. My apologies, but we have orders from Miss Smith to clean the hallways. And who has more seniority in the household, me or that old biddy? Miss Smith's orders are absolute, I'm afraid. We're low on manpower, and Laurie and I have a large list of jobs to do already. Laurie, is it? Lorena didn't like Lady Constance's tone. It was all right when Ada used this nickname, embarrassing though it was, but when it came from Lady Constance's lips, that was an entirely different matter. Well, let me make a couple of things clear to the both of you. When I ask you to do something, you should do it, unless you want me to tell my mother. And it would call me an old biddy. Die. Yeah, I know, right? Such an insult. You're using that threat again? It's not a mere threat. I'll really do it, you know. Yes, I don't doubt that, dear. I could say any number of unpleasant things about you, but at least you always keep your word. And what's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Tawa here to slay. You can tell Lady Leonard if you like. It's no skin off my nose. Oops. I accidentally rolled back. It's okay. She'll be cross with you. And she has been cross with me before, but she hasn't fired me yet. That's right, not yet. But she's not happy about the vase. If you put another toe out of line, you'll be in for it. I'm willing to take that risk. Now, if you'll excuse us. Tawa turned her back to Lady Constance. Her dark hair fluttered. We have work to attend to. Isn't that right, Lori? That's right. Himph. Lady Constance's lips curled. You might be willing to take that risk. But what about your precious Lord? Are you blackmailing her by using me? How dare! How dare!